with day 5 of training camp ending, I think it's clear on who the starting quarterback will be for the Houston Texans. And it was evident today when David Culley said that, they were going to, that the situation stays the same in regards to a question being asked about if Deshaun Watson will be at training camp with full pads on. You know, I definitely think with NRG pulling all his merchandise, Academy and them selling it at 50% off. I think a trade is coming. I don't know if they're gonna sit him out for the rest of the year. I don't know if they're just gonna say go home. We don't want you here anymore. But it looks like the end of Deshaun Watson is coming, and it's just getting more evident day in and day out that he will not be the quarterback for week 1. Mr. Young Ari Gold was at training camp today. Shout out to him. So most of the stuff I will be talking about came from his tweet. Shout out to Texans Unfiltered. He said that Tyrod Taylor was out there, starting, in training camp, which is what we expected. I think Tyrod Taylor really has a shot here. If I could go off, with Tyrod Taylor, he took a Buffalo Bills team to the playoffs. He really did. He didn't have any weapons outside of Shady McCoy, and then I think Sammy Watkins was starting to get into his decline there. He had a chance with the Cleveland Browns. Almost won that game against the Saints until they came back, and then eventually Baker Mayfield took over, and then he goes to San Diego, maybe being the predecessor of Phillip Rivers, and then he gets popped in the lungs by his team doctor, and he's out, and Justin Herbert becomes an insane quarterback, rookie of the year. I really think Tyrod Taylor has a shot here. A lot of the people say that Landry Locker said that he's been the MVP of camp, making good plays. I know he had a good, I heard that he had a good day today. Finding Nico Collins in the end zone. Nico Collins, guys, is it's going to be something special for this team. Every single day, you've heard nothing but great things about him. You've heard nothing but great things about Brevin Jordan. Those two stayed after practice today and ran routes, getting their craft in. These two might be special, and hey, maybe even Davis Mills might be special as well, who had a bounce back day from his horrendous day yesterday. But going back to Tyrod Taylor, you can't help but root for the guy. I think he might be successful here. I think, the way the offense is going to be played this year is going to benefit him. I do think we're going to go run heavy. That's why we have Philip Lindsay. That's why we have Mark Ingram. That's why we have David Johnson and Rex Burkhead. I think we're going to go run heavy. I think we're not really going to try to rely on Tyrod Taylor arm that much. Not saying Tyrod Taylor can throw, because he absolutely can. He has an underrated deep ball. He can sling it if he wants to. But we know Tyrod Taylor is more that game manager. But I think he's going to have a chance. He's going to have weapons around him. I love the wide receiving core for the Houston Texans team. Anthony Miller has shown nothing but good things for the Houston Texans today. He's really competing for that slot position. It's going to be really hard for Kiki Kuti to really get that, that spot away from Anthony Miller, because Anthony Miller has potential to be an 800-yard receiver for this Houston Texans. Couldn't really put it together at Chicago, but now that he's here, we're giving all these weapons to these quarterbacks. So no matter who it is, whether it's Tyrod Taylor, Davis Mills, probably not going to be Deshaun Watson anymore. There is weapons. If you look at last year's weapons, we thought about Brandon Cooks, Kenny Stills, Kiki Kuti, and we thought that was going to be the main the main focal point of offense. And if you look at it now, I have to say that this year's wide receiving core is much better than last year's, with Brandon Cooks, with Nico Collins, Anthony Miller still having Kiki Kuti. You have Chris Conley now. You have size, speed. You have different weights, different shapes and sizes. Your wide receiving core is more diverse. I love what the Houston Texans have been doing at training camp. Nick Caserio has done a fantastic job. Speaking of Nick Caserio, was out there in training camp, running drills with the Houston Texans. I'm actually excited for this team. The Houston Texans play a game in about 12 days, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see how prepared Tyrod is. We're going to see a lot of David Mills. We're going to see a lot of Jeff Driscoll. Speaking of Jeff Driscoll, had a horrendous day today. Almost 3 interceptions. And speaking of interceptions, I think this Houston Texans defense, they might have something going on there, because every single day we've been hearing that they've been taking things back for six, interception. The safeties are getting interceptions. The linebackers are getting interceptions. You know, Lovie Smith's defenses love to turn the ball over, and it looks like we might be getting that. Let me know what you guys think about this, about Day 5 today. As always, go Houston Texans, and as always, y'all have a very blessed day.